I will show my screen. Just a second. And yes, so this presentation is the result of the collective work, a brief overview of a collective work of 4 expert groups: UNDP, Belarus Accelerates Lab, Micro Macro Center of Belarusian State Economic University, UNDP Belarus, Behavioral Insights Group, and Minsk Regional Institute for Development of Education. And on this slide, you can see the team leaders and their contact details. On our learning journey of the gender gap in STEM, we raised the question of when it initially appears. The results of the study of national statistics showed that in college, 66% of boys choose STEM specialties for further education, and only 26% of girls do the same. At the university, 41% of boys choose specializations there, and only 21% of girls. This not only shows the scale of the problem of gender disbalance on STEM in Belarus, but also indicates that this problem already exists when choosing education after school. So the turning point where the reasons for the gender gap in STEM are formed is the period of making decision about choosing a specialty for further education. Regardless of which path a girl is choosing, go to college or go to university, girls make the decision about choosing a further specialty at the age of 13 to 16. Focus groups and in-depth interviews showed that girls make this decision under the influence of a large number of factors, which needs deeper exploring. But as of now, 2 most recurring are access to STEM infrastructure, which is formed under urban-rural difference, and parents' influence, which is formed under gender stereotypes and gender balance or imbalance in possible learning groups where a girl will be learning. As one of the possible interventions or pilot projects that can tackle the problem of uneven access to special means of education, Minsk Regional Institute for the Development of Education, jointly with High Tech Park, is developing a mobile STEM class. So the equipment is transported to the regional school, and during the session, a supervisor tries to find which kind of topics can be studied there with children. And after that, on this topic, there are 3 days and 3 trainings, after which a rural teacher provides education for rural girls and boys using the transported equipment. And this initiative is already deployed in 17 schools of 9 districts of Minsk region since 2017. But unfortunately, this initiative showed that the interest from parents of girls and girls themselves is not too high. And that's why the UNDP, in support of this initiative, tries to find an answer how to increase girls' participation in STEM. Center Micro Macro have compiled a survey, and we are now in the designing and intervention stage, and we have a certain intermediate results. So the intermediate results of the survey shows that 2 main reasons why girls don't choose STEM is the difficulties, that lack of interest in this field, and the complexity of the required technical knowledge. Initially, it was assumed that self-distrust is the most important factor, but the results of the survey shows that there are 2 more important factors. As soon as these factors is influencing on girls since childhood, we can see that combination of this factor can also pops out during the choosing STEM career for women on the labor market. And with this, I would like to pass the floor to my colleague, Margarita Zmachinskaya. Thank you.
Thank you, Piotr. Dear participants, it's a pleasure to speak to you today. My name is Margarita Zmachinskaya. I'm a thematic coordinator on human development and gender equality. I will speak today about the project that UNDP launched in Belarus to explore behavioral insights as a tool to nudge women to break barriers installed by gender stereotypes and social norms and increase their participation in the economy, including in STEM sector. As we know, gender stereotypes ingrained from a young age could reduce the likelihood that women apply to jobs in STEM. And even if women do apply, gender stereotypes negatively affect their performance during the recruitment process and at work. Sense of belonging is really important. During the recruitment process, candidates assess how likely it is that they will fit in the organization. And if they think that they are likely to be isolated as a woman in a man-dominated technical sector in Belarus, this can impact their likelihood of seeking to progress in these workplaces. Women may also underperform at work or during recruitment processes for STEM jobs because they face what is called the stereotype threat. It occurs when someone is reminded of negative stereotypes about their group. For example, when women are reminded of the stereotypes that they are bad at math and are not suited for technical roles. When this negative stereotype is highlighted, people become anxious about fulfilling this negative stereotype, and this can impair their performance. So we devised 4 behavioral solutions that can help women to overcome these barriers. Letters from identifiable role models might increase the sense of belonging and encourage young women to apply to technical roles. For instance, women working or studying in STEM sector might send letters to young women of skill age in Belarus who are deciding what subjects or degrees to pursue. One way to counter a stereotype threat is to ask people to think about and express what they value. This is called the value affirmation. Value affirmation exercises are successful because asking people to reaffirm their values increases their sense of self-worth, which in turn could help to protect them from this stereotype threat. Another solution is to build on existing programs. In Belarus, various NGOs and tech companies run programs to support the development of technical skills. And these programs are promising touch points through which to encourage women to engage in STEM subjects. Next slide, please. At the second stage of the project, UNDP in Belarus worked together with the Behavioral Insights team and the IT company Farm Systems to increase the representation of women in technical training courses as an open educational platform. We conducted 2 behavioral trials. As you can see on the slide, we worked with women with existing technical skills to encourage them to continue learning. And we worked with women without any technical skills to encourage them to start studies. We delivered messages to them reaffirming their skills, highlighting flexibility of courses, and highlighting that beginner online courses are suitable for people with no prior technical knowledge. Key findings from the trial was that the most successful behavioral intervention was in affirming women's existing skills, personalizing messages to their skill level, and providing feedback about individual abilities. This intervention increased the chance that women will show interest in a technical course by more than 12%. This approach can be, of course, scaled up. For example, targeting high-performing women in technical university courses with personalized invitations to apply to roles in STEM sector. Overall, these projects have shown the potential that the behavioral insights can offer to reduce gender gap